Hello, I'm Roee Kibrik, a member of Kibbutz Mizra and a proud father of Eyal, Alon and Yuval. And currently I serve as a postdoctorant at the Leonard Davis Institute at the Hebrew University. As I started my academic journey at the Haifa University at the Department of History and Political Science, and I proceed to make my master at political thought again at the Haifa University, and came here to the mountain to work in the International Relations Department with Professor Piki Shalom about my dissertation project. My research area is focused on the connection between theoretical knowledge and politics and the interplay between them. My thesis, my MA thesis, focused on the international relations discourse in the Israeli academia, and my dissertation again focused on the interplay between theory and politics, where I suggest a new theoretical tool, analytical tool, the theoretical gap, which is the gap between the theoretical knowledge one holds and the perception of reality. And I argue that when the gap is wide, tension rises, and there's a need to mitigate the gap using 3 or 4 strategies, as changing reality, as manipulation or other cognitive maneuvers, or changing the theoretical knowledge, or push aside the theoretical gap as to be less important in the specific discourse. In my dissertation I looked at the negotiation between the Israelis and the Palestinians and investigated how the theoretical gap influenced the behavior of the Israeli negotiator in this context. I chose 3 central concepts: border, sovereignty and security, and saw how the theoretical gap concerning those 3 concepts shaped or helped, contributed to shape the behavior of the Israeli negotiators. And I saw how they try to minimize the theoretical gap they held on each concept, mainly on border and sovereignty, where the gap was wide. And I saw how they tried or behaved in the context of negotiation according to the situation where the gap concerning security was not wide. Actually, there was congruent between the theoretical knowledge and their perception of reality, and they attempted to keep that gap narrow. And as it was the more central, more prominent concept between those 3 concepts, it actually limited and defined the Israeli negotiators' behavior in the context of the negotiation, and actually contributed to the failure or the unsuccess of the negotiations. I now continue in my research field of connection between theoretical knowledge and politics to investigate those connections and interplays between the theory and politics. I chose to concentrate in my postdoc here at the Davis Institute on the concept of sovereignty and how changes in the ontological changes in reality destabilize this concept, make make it less clear and less effective to use and to guide the behavior of political actors. And I used some example from the political field, the negotiation between the Israelis and the Palestinians, but also negotiation in Northern Ireland and Sri Lanka, and the field of global terrorism, in order to demonstrate how the concept of sovereignty became destabilized. It became less clear how to use it and how to act according to it, and how there is political conflict or political debate between different actors concerning the meaning of the concept, and how there is an open debate, public debate in the public discourse, public sphere regarding the meaning of this concept. So this is my current research that I focused here in the Leonard Davis Institute. Hopefully I will finish that project this year, and could continue to develop and introduce in more details the connection and the influence and the interplay between those spheres. So thank you, and I hope to see you here again and introduce my thoughts and research in a more detailed way.